everyone, welcome back to Homemaking with Rebecca. Today we're going to be making a chicken salad recipe. This is a smoked chicken salad recipe, and whereas a lot of my recipes are super quick and easy, this one takes a little bit longer. It actually takes a few days. It's not super hard to make, but it is a little bit of a process. So I'm excited to share this recipe with you. This recipe actually comes from a friend of mine. It was a really good friend of my mom's, and her name was Danna. So she would make this recipe for like baby showers and different parties and stuff we would have, and we would always ask her to bring it because it was just so good. And she has since passed on, is not here with us any longer, but every time I make this recipe I think of her. It just makes me think so much about how we're so integrated with food and relationships and culture, and just how much that matters. You know, a lot of the things we make us think of our parents or grandparents and the times that we spent with them and the experiences that we have with them, and so that's just all intertwined together. So how Danna would make her chicken salad recipe is she would get smoked chickens from the local barbecue place. Then she would come home and she would take all the chicken off the bone, and if you knew her, she was very meticulous, and everything she did was just so and perfect, and she would have all that chicken shredded up very fine. And then the way she would tell me that she would make it is she said she would just add some mayonnaise and some white sauce to it and some salt and pepper. So we use white sauce down here in the South on our chicken and barbecue and things like that, and it is made out of mayonnaise and vinegar and sugar and salt and pepper. Basically this chicken salad is smoked chicken, and then it's got white sauce on it. So I started my chicken last night, and what I do is I just take raw chicken, I buy organic chicken, and then I just unpackage it. You want to check that inside cavity to make sure there's nothing in there, take all that out. You want to kind of pat it dry a little bit, and then you're going to want to just cover it in salt, quite a bit of salt that you want to put on. You just sprinkle it all on there. You're going to rub it in. Now I like to use this Redmond's real salt. You can use any salt you want, but this is a salt we've used for years and we love it. And if you want a coupon code of that, I'm going to put that in the link in the description below. Like I said, you can use any salt that you want to. And so we're just going to cover that chicken really good with the salt, and then I'm just going to take this whole dish and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator overnight. I'll leave it uncovered, let it sit there, let that salt penetrate into that chicken, and it's going to be so good. So even if you can only do this for a few hours, that's okay, but ideally you want to do it overnight, so for about 12 hours or so. And then we're going to get up in the morning and we're going to go ahead and get this chicken cooking. So my husband cooks it on our green egg that we have. What he does is he gets the grill up to like about 400 degrees. And so basically we're just roasting this chicken on the green egg, and it's not going to take a super long time because we're roasting it. We have it up, we're not smoking it low and slow. And so it usually takes us about an hour, hour and a half to cook that on the green egg, and then we're going to take it off and we're going to let it rest for about an hour, 2 hours, just let that cool down, let all those juices redistribute, and we're going to let that sit. And then we're going to debone our chicken. And so I just get all that chicken off. I go ahead and do 2 chickens at a time because I just find it easier to do that way. If you're going to do 1, you might as well go ahead and be doing 2. Doesn't take that much longer. And then we use some for chicken salad, and we're going to use some just to eat. So once you get all that chicken deboned, and like I said, if you want to do like Danna did and you just want to go to the local barbecue place and get some whole chickens, you could do that as well and just come home, and then all you have to do is debone it. And so we're gonna get that deboned, and now I've got my chicken and everything here ready, and I am going to, the way I'm going to shred mine up is I'm going to put it here in my KitchenAid mixer, and I'm going to let that do the shredding for me. It works really good to do this. You might have to do it in a couple batches, but I've got about 26 ounces of chicken here. That's going to be about 6 to 7 cups of chicken once it's all shredded up. So we're just going to get all this in here. It's about 1 pound and 10 ounces. And then I'm going to use my paddle hook here, and I'm going to lock my mixer, and I'm going to just start letting that work, and it's just going to shred all up, and then I don't have to do it with a fork or with my fingers. So you can see this is getting pretty good and shredded up, but it's still got some bigger pieces in there, so I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer. All right, for me, that's looking pretty good. I don't want to let it go too much more. It's going to get real mealy, but you can see it's nice and shredded up. And if there's any bigger pieces, I can get them. Sometimes when you're chicken, if it gets a little overcooked on some of the outside pieces, it'll be harder for them to get shredded up. But you can see that looks really good. It's going to make a nice chicken salad. So now we're making the white sauce portion of this, and I like to do a mixture of Greek yogurt and mayonnaise. That's not typically how you make white sauce, but I like the added flavor of the Greek yogurt and just kind of makes it a little bit lighter instead of being so heavy with the mayonnaise. So we're going to do about half a cup of each of those. If you wanted to just use mayonnaise, you could just do a whole cup of mayonnaise. We're putting in a tablespoon of sugar, about 2.5 tablespoons of vinegar, probably about a half to a teaspoon of fresh cracked pepper, and we're going to use about 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of salt. This is kind of one of those recipes where you just make it and then you're going to taste it and then you're going to kind of change it from there to see what you like. This white sauce is going to have a real strong vinegary taste, but then the sugar balances that out a little bit, and then you're going to have your salt and pepper too. And you want that pepper sprinkled in there really good. You want to be able to see those pepper flakes and stuff. So you're just going to mix it up really good. And then you're going to taste it to see if it's how you want it. If you want it more salt, you can add more salt. If it's not sweet enough, you could add a little bit more sugar or a little bit more vinegar. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it just like we like it, and then we're going to add in our chicken. So I wasn't sure if I would need all my vinegar, and I did want some more of it, so I went ahead and added some more of that in, and that makes it pretty good. So we're ready to add in our chicken now. So we're going to dump in all our chicken, and we're just going to toss that in that sauce until it gets fully coated. And you just want to keep mixing and mixing until everything is coated in that white sauce. And now you're going to taste it, and you're going to see if it's how you want it to be. I'm going to put mine on a little piece of bread here, and I'm going to taste it. And so at this point, you're going to want to see if you're going to want to add more salt. You might want to add more pepper. You might want to add a little bit more mayonnaise in there to make it a little bit more creamy. All right, so I got my finished chicken salad here, and we're going to give it a taste. That's so good. And this is where you can kind of adjust your taste here. So like this probably needs a little bit more salt. I'm going to go ahead and add some more salt to it. This chicken salad is great on bread, like sandwiches. It's great on crackers. Sometimes we like to make homemade rolls. You could roll it up in some lettuce wraps, or you could put it on a salad. It's just super amazing. It's great with vegetables and stuff like that. And it's also better, like this chicken's still a little bit warm. It's really good cold, and so and it's better the next day because the smoky flavor gets a little bit stronger the next day, and so it's even better when it's been sitting in that fridge and it's super cold. It's really good. So let me know if you try this recipe and if your family likes it as much as we do. And thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.